everyone. It is June 20th, 2020, and happy first day of summer. Paul and I are on our way to America's Escape game, and we are on our way to play our 109th game. We are playing Revenge of the Tomb. This is a sequel to The Lost Tomb of Montu, which we played probably a couple years ago now. Because it is a sequel, this game is also unique in that it is 75 minutes long. We played The Lost Tomb of Montu so long ago that we barely remember it. And because we are playing during the pandemic, this is going to be a private room. So this is really exciting because every escape room we've played at America's Escape game has been with people we do not know, with the exception of Face Off, which we played with our friends. Because of the pandemic, private rooms are becoming the norm, at least for this new normal that we have right now. So we thought it would be a really good time to play the games at America's Escape game that we have not played yet. So that would be today's game. Ooh, there's a Care Spot van. So that would be this game that we're playing today, and also one more, which I don't want to get the name wrong, but yes, there is one more game. This being the sequel, they I think they said they have a new design, new puzzles, whatnot. So we are pumped. We're pumped to do a longer than an hour game and to be by ourselves and just to be playing another escape room again with this company, because they have pretty good fun rooms. We will see you after the game. Stay tuned to see how we did. Hello everyone. It's 4:55 p.m. and we're leaving America's Escape game. We did escape the room, yay, with 3 seconds to spare. Phew, yeah, that was intense. So the game overall was very complicated. We definitely got our money's worth. It was there was a lot of stuff involved, and the game guide asked us how was it compared to The Lost Tomb of Montu, and we didn't really remember a lot about it, but he said something about how, you know, the number of rooms changed, and I don't think I want to mention it in case. But by the way, this video has a lot of spoilers. So one of my least favorite puzzles in the room was this one where there's these wooden poles, and when you pull them down, they emit certain noises. And then we listened to a recording. We had to pull them in order of how they were on the recording, and a couple of them were so similar that I honestly, I felt hopeless. I was like, this is how we're going to lose the game, because the puzzle was so hard, just distinguishing the noises and also doing them in the right order while the recording was playing over and over again. So we had to try to pull the things while the recording was playing. So that was hard. There were some jump scares in the room. There's loud noises. At one point, Paul put his hands in the bunch of, yeah, like these jelly things. Oh, have you seen that video where that guy he flushed these beads down the toilet, and then they started like coming up through his toilet and everything? It was those things where he stuck his hand in, and then something happened to you, right? Was there an air thing?
It was like a loud or a forceful burst of air while my hand was inside of it, and a loud sound, and
yeah,
it made me jump while my hand was inside the thing.
Yeah, and then he ended up throwing a bug, but they're not live, so that's good. That was kind of a fun puzzle because I could figure out exactly what we were supposed to do at that time, or count the number of bugs. I would say for 2 people it was a little bit challenging, and I am very surprised that we got out. I really thought that audio puzzle was going to be the end. We ended up using maybe 2 clues out of the 3 free clues. On their website they did say things like you got to sign the waiver online, which we did, and will be required to use hand sanitizer. And once we got into the briefing room, he told us, oh, you can take your masks off. And he's like, oh, you can keep them on if you want. So we felt comfortable keeping ours on. Then at the end, you know, just like our last escape room we did during the pandemic, we prefer to take selfies during this time. Now, pre-pandemic, we would actually let the game guide handle Paul's phone. But right now we really don't feel comfortable, so he was offering to take our picture with Paul's phone, but we said no thank you, so we took a selfie. Physical distancing was also not 100% kept. Like I said in the last video, all these physical social distancing guidelines are really dependent on who is working at the time. So I would just ask that if you do work at an escape room, make sure you enforce these rules with your employees.
It wasn't so much of a sequel room like they thought it was. It was really just a redo of the room. It wasn't like a following a storyline, or it wasn't as though we're welcome back to the same room. It's just they're redoing the puzzle with some different puzzle pieces, different clues, but it was the same room.
Yes.
There's still way too much reliance on, find these letters in this Egyptian-like alphabet, and either unscramble them or just plug them in, even though they're random. Like one code to advance to the next part of the puzzle was just a random set of letters P-A-H-T, not to unscramble them to the word path or anything, just those 4 letters in that order, and so it's just find these 4 letters, and it just wasn't. The theming was like they tried really hard in some places, and in other places just like, nope, here's a American letter lock. Find these 4 American letters in this Egyptian tomb and put them in this lock.
Yeah.
They were not consistent with the theme in any way.
Thank you very much for that lovely commentary. This point in the video, spoilers are done. You're safe. Thank you very much for fast forwarding through that. I don't blame you if you did. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Have a great day and journey on.